subject name is Programming for Problem Solving. We are continuing with the chapter number 5 according to GTU syllabus. The chapter name is Functions. The slides and video are prepared by Professor Manoj Kumar H. Radadia. I am working as an assistant professor in Computer Engineering Department at Sri Swami Atmanand Saraswati Institute of Technology. We are starting with some basics of the functions. A function is a block of code that perform a specific task. So we are making the functions for a particular task or with a particular logic. Every C program has at least one function, and which is the main function, that is already known to you. Basically, there are two types of the functions that are available in the C language. The first one is the library functions, and the second one is the user defined functions. The library functions is already used by you. That are the functions which are declared in the C header files. The functions names such as the scanf, printf, getS and putS, etc. So whenever you are dealing with the scanf and printf functions that are already defined in the header file, that is called as stdio.h. The second one is the user defined functions, that are the functions which are created by the programmers so that he or she can use it many times. Now we are focusing more on the user defined function. It is defined by the user or the programmers like us. It has the unique name and it is reusable because it can called from any part of the program. The parameters and the argument passing to the function, that are the optional. It is optional to return a value to the calling functions. The functions which is not returning any value from the any function, that should be written with the void. Now we are focusing on the elements of user defined function. So basically, whenever we are dealing with the user defined function, we have to maintain the sequence: the function declaration, then after function calling, and then after the function definition. We are continuing with the first one, that is called as function declaration. Likewise, the variable, all the function must be declared before they are used. For example, if we are dealing with any C programmer, we are writing any C program and we have to use any variable. So first we are declaring the variable, likewise integer, space, a and semicolon. Likewise, the variable, if we want to use the function in the further program, we have to declare first the function. The function declaration is also named as the function prototype or a function signature. So we can call function declaration with two another names, that is function prototype and function signature. Whenever we want to deal with the first element of that is function declaration, we have to focus on the four parts. The first one is the type of function, that is the return type. Second one is the function name. Third one is the parameter list, and the fourth one is the terminating semicolon. So whenever we want to declare any function, we had to use these four things, that is function type, function name, parameter list and terminating semicolon. The syntax for the function declaration is, the first we have to type the return type, then after the space, then after the function name, then after in round bracket we have to pass the argument, number of arguments, that is separated with the comma, and at last we are using the semicolon. Here the arguments are the optional. Okay, the example of the function declaration, if I want to make a function which is named as sum, the first I am typing the return type. Here I am using the int, then after space, and then after my function name, then after in round bracket I am passing the two argument and both is type of integer, and then after round bracket close and the semicolon. So it is interpreted as that the function's return type is the integer, name of function is sum, and there are the two parameters passed in the function and both are the type of integer. Now focus on the second element, that is called as function call. function is invoked from the main function or the other function, that is called as function calling. So that means if somewhere the function is defined, we are calling that function in our main function or the other user defined functions. The function can be called by simply using the function name followed by the list of argument enclosed in the parenthesis. The function call is terminating with a semicolon. Function declaration is also terminating with the semicolon, and function call is also terminating with the semicolon. For example, if I working with the same function and I want to use the function call, then I have to type n equals to sum in round bracket passing the arguments and terminating with the semicolon. And the third and most important part of the elements of the function, that is the function definition. The function definition is also called as function implementation, because we wrote our actual logic in this part or in this element of the function, that is function definition. It has mainly two parts, the function header and the function body. We are continuing with the first one, that is the function header. It is the same as a function declaration, but here we are passing the argument name and terminating without semicolon. That is the important part. Here we are not terminating that function definition with the semicolon. For example, first we declare like int, then sum, int comma int, and after semicolon. Here the difference is that when we are dealing with the function definition, the first part specifically the function header, the example we seen over here, that is int space our function name in parameter. In argument we have two parameters with the argument name, that is int x comma int y, and terminating without semicolon. The second part of the function definition is the function body. It is the actual logic or the code of the functions. The main part of the function is over here, that is the function body in the function definition. Here I wrote the code for the addition of the two numbers. We are first I take the another variable z, then after z equals to x plus y, and returning the value of z to the calling functions.